Howdy ho, YouTubers and Steam fanatics. Another in the continuing saga of the boiler that eventually got here. There it is over there. We'll get to it in a minute. See there, trying to move on out of here. Get ready for the new owners. Wanted to give you a shot of our installation there with the Gorton number 2 on the longest main. There's where they've tied in. That's what they've done. That's what we did there. Got that taken care of, and got these. Let's see if I can put this back. Yeah, I'll put that back in. There we go. There we are. Done. Thank you for that. That's our longest main. Wraps all the way around there. There's another main there. There's another vent there behind there. Just a Hoffman 4A. And this one here, I'm going to show you what we wound up doing there. Well, Frank had a hell of a time getting that one out of there, and we put that's a street L, and we put another street L, and I got that out so that at least is much more accessible for somebody else to come along and at least replace that. And see if I can put this back in here. Wait a minute. Let's see. That's how that goes. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So and then the shelf goes back up, and that's done. Yeah, I want to say these rubber mats that get from, I think, Homeless Despot are pretty good. They really help on the rolling resistance on getting the appliance cart in here, and also really help protect the floor, and are comfortable to walk on. All right, so finally it arrived. Sat on a loading dock probably since Thursday until someone picked it up finally on Monday and got it down to the warehouse, and the warehouse delivered it today. And they got it to the basement stairs, and then we got it to here. So got it up on block. Helpful there in case there's minor flooding. Major flooding, you're done, but minor flooding, at least that'll come in. And we chose this boiler for a couple of reasons. It was the right size, and the controls are located here. There is virtually nothing that's on this side that we need to get to, so we can at least we got a little clearance there just for God help you have to get back here. Forget it. You know, this is going to be not good, but you got to be 6 inches away from something there. Now normally they'd run the gas line through there, but I think what I'm going to do is punch a hole here and run the gas line here and tie it in there. Let's see, yeah, there's where it starts. So that's probably what we're going to wind up doing there, and keep everything on this side and as accessible as possible. So we haven't put all the gingerbread together. The sight glass is not installed. This is how it comes off the pallet with the low water cutoff there, the McDonnell Miller. I think that's a, I'm not even sure what that is. Is that a PSE or a PS? I'm not sure. 24 volt. That goes up to the pressure troll. This goes up to the pressure troll and ties in with the thermostat. The pressure troll, of course, gets mounted here with all the other stuff. The relief valve gets mounted there. And they have this speed skimmer trough thing, which is unique to this model of boiler, the Slant Galaxy. I'm probably going to put a ball valve here. I see a lot of these things, and that's how the folks leave them. They don't really pay any attention to them. They just hook them up, fire them up, walk away. I'm going to put a ball valve here and a T and a drain to skim that out to make that work a little better. The T will be pointing in this way, because what happens is this gets gummed up, and you need to be able to rod it out to clear it all out, because stuff really does collect in there. That's pretty efficient, that little Jasper. The instructions talk about using caustic soda. I don't think anyone's used caustic soda forever. That's kind of, I think these instructions are that they come with the boiler probably were last updated when Eisenhower was still president, just as far as the drawings and so forth, and the piping requirements are called for. There it is there. There's the instructions. If you want to freeze frame that and read them for your enjoyment. And these are the pictures. Let's see if we can get them to focus. Freeze frame that if you're interested. I'll summarize them for you. They call for an 18-inch minimum height from the jacket to the center line of the pipe. And I'm going to confess to you that I do not have that. Let me give you a, you can see my sin, you can see my shame. I've only got 15 inches to the center line here. I'm 3 inches shy according to their instructions. That would make this you would need like a 22-inch nipple. So most manufacturers call for a minimum of 24 inches from the water line to the first turn, and by other manufacturers' instructions I have that, but I don't, probably should have used a 24-inch nipple here, but that would have crammed this up a little bit. So these are the two initial takeoffs there. This one's the long main, I believe, that goes all the way around and shows up there, that Gordon number 2 that I showed you earlier. And this one is sort of picks up everything else. Let's give you a shot of that. Nice eccentric coupling there. Don't see that very often. Let me tell you that much right now. And cast iron fittings that have been de-asbestosed, I guess. So, and the other thing that they call for in the instructions is they want this to be 18 inches off the sheet metal, and not from the outlet there. And they also want 12 inches here. Well, as you can see, folks, I don't have 12 inches. Kind of not sure how I'd be able to do that and have this thing actually work. Again, at the end of the day, I'm just some guy making YouTube videos, rambling on. Yeah, it would have been nice to be able to get 12 inches here. What the point is that if water is geysering up out of here and making this turn, it's giving it a chance to settle down before it's being drawn up and into this. They also want a 2.5 inch outlet, and then I think you're supposed to tie in, I'm not sure whether you're supposed to tie in from the 2.5 and run two inches out from there. I've elected to run 2.5 by 2 T's to each main, and make this turn in order to keep things tight. The other thing they call for is kind of interesting, is they want a 2.5 inch equalizer line all the way down to the Hartford loop. Let me show you that again. Just to, yeah, there we are. 2.5 inch to 2.5 inch by 1.5 by 1.5 T. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that. I'll come on, focus. There you go. I'm going to go down a length, 2.5 inch. Then I'm probably going to transition to 2 inch and use a 2 inch T with the Hartford loop tying into there, and then come down here to 1.5 like they call for. And then it's something weird. They got an 1.25 inlet. Now I'd probably have a little bit more respect for their instructions if they gave me an 1.5 outlet at least, but they give me this jive 1.25 inlet, and they want you to reduce it. So it comes out with an 1.25 nipple, and then there's a reducing coupling to 1.5, and all right, cross T's and focus. There you are. Yeah, okay. And then here's another thing which I kind of take exception with these instructions. Nowhere that I can see, maybe I overlooked them, nowhere does it say don't use copper. Nowhere does it say we recommend using Schedule 40 or threaded iron pipe. It's not in here. At least not on slant fin. When you call them up and tell them, hey, should I use iron thread? Yeah, sure. But I suspect they also, if someone calls them up and say, hey, can I use copper? They probably say, yeah, sure. Go ahead, use copper. So since they're not spelling it out in their instructions, they don't have to offend anybody. Probably figure no one's watching this, reading the instructions anyway. So there we are. We're gonna get this equalizer line and return line in tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get this Hartford loop tied in, and then start planning for the VXT. The VXT is probably going to go up here on the beam. There's the water outlet there, and I'm going to tie it in on the Hartford loop just right before feeding it into the boiler, and that way give as much. They recommend here, they actually spell it out. They say hot water fill is preferable. The trouble is, a lot of the manufacturers of the automatic fill valves, if you're putting in a 101A, for example, which you shouldn't, as I think I've discussed before, if you're putting in a 101A, they absolutely, or 47.2, they absolutely say no, do not hook it up to the hot water outlet. But the new modern ones with the rubber EPDM discs and so forth can tolerate the hot water, but the trouble is they'll calcify up a lot quicker. And we've been getting a lot of calcified ones for recently, for a while. So, and even that's cold water. So hot water, they're going to fail even sooner. So there's our boiler finally here, finally getting it piped in. It's going to be fun putting that flue in. It's going to have to kind of do a curve in to keep it tight into that space there. Try to make it look presentable as far as that's concerned. Again, thank you for your comments and your concerns and your insights. I'm very privileged to get some real fine folks giving the benefit of their experience, and it's a real honor to have you guys comment on my channel, and I thank you again. Thank you very much. Be well, and I'll see you the next time.